Authority. Perfect marksmanship has been applied to accurately hit the target. You dare. How dare you? I'm not gonna let that happen. Darkness has been imbued into the fang of the evil dragon. Remarkable achievement attained. Acquisition of starlight. Reward. Additional divinity skill stigma reinforced. Ominous heart is being completed at a rapid pace. 69. Boss monster, daughter who despises the wind, has died. Highest contributor. Lee Chung-sun. You have obtained 50 million karma achievement points. For attaining an achievement that no one had ever done, you have obtained the attribute apocalyptic wind as a reward. Divine throne, tiger submerged in hardship, laughs menacingly. Divine throne, diseased gigantic bug, gawks in disbelief. The number of gods and stars who show deep interest in you has increased massively. There are currently a total of 32 gods and stars who desire to have you as their apostle. You are now able to mix the apocalyptic wind into the hellfire. You have obtained 2 of the 3 Armageddon. The firepower of the hellfire has increased. The trait of the willful spectre has become much stronger. Title, Incarnation of the Willful Spectre, has evolved into the demon form of the willful spectre. Demon form of the willful spectre, an evolved form of the willful spectre. A legion of fire and ghosts, that swallowed the apocalyptic wind, which is said to have remained in a world that had met its end. It leaves behind flames of destruction in its wake and winds of ruination. As it beats its wings. The demonic beast that brings the apocalypse, beyond the disaster, is you. Category. Title. Effect Dennis Sulfuric Hellfire. Disastrous Apocalyptic Wind. Call of Destruction. My status increased. Now, I should go for chusking and transcendence which are necessary to become a transcendent. You have completed deciphering and reading Shan's 5th secret sacred scripture and obtained the secret of the sacred scripture. You have obtained the starlight. A new divinity has been added to the skill. Stigma. Skill level has increased. You have glanced at a partial secret of the now gone primordial times. Level has increased. Finally, you are now able to proceed with the second-class advancement quest as you have reached level 50. The statement I've been waiting for has finally appeared. The level of your followers has increased, evolving them into a new form. Oh. The second-class advancement quest has begun. Scenario quest folklore composition has been created. Conditions to meet. 1. Attain 4 remarkable achievements. 2. Unify the 4 achievements into the form of introduction, development, turn, and conclusion. 3. Complete the folklore. Upon success. Second-class advancement. Upon failure. Restriction in increase of levels. This time, I'll definitely have to systematically complete this. Players are able to compose various achievements according to their actions and results after opening the system, and those achievements are mainly divided into 5 categories by the difference in levels. Myth and legend, which are only attainable by those who have reached the position of gods and stars. The realm of the demigods, who aim to complete husking and transcendence, the fable. The realm of the superhumans, who attempt to escape the limits of humanity, the folklore, and the achievement that a regular player obtains through exceptional feats. You have attained your first remarkable achievement, acquisition of starlight. The introduction of the folklore has been completed to officially begin the narration. World engraving has been composed, and basic religion has been created. A folklore is a form of a story that is passed down through many generations by being strongly engraved into the people's heads. In other words, it's a starting point to create a basic religion by engraving the being into the world and the universe. Those who started their folklore in this manner are called heroes, and a rancor is simply a modern version of the heroes of the old folklores. Fortunately, I just attained one of the 4 achievements that would compose the folklore, and since I obtained the apocalyptic wind as well, figuring out the 4th secret sacred scripture will be much faster. The dungeon closing will begin. Phew. Ha. I almost died. I pretty much used all my magic trying to catch up to the train. I wondered if Hyung's alright. I can't feel my god. Mireille. You bastard. Just what did you do to her? I don't know what you're saying, but it doesn't sound like you meant it with good intentions. Your shadow is boiling. Answer me. You scum. That crazy asshole. The audacity of him when we just saved her. What, who's this old fart? Divine Throne, hunting season, glares together with her in a disapproving look. Who the fuck are you? Wanna die, asshole? For some reason, Jigul Hyunryong is nowhere to be seen, and the 2 elders who came along with him aren't showing any interest in them as well. If that's the case, is it time to avenge the rookies for being overwhelmed by Lee Chong-sun in the hotel party? Although it won't turn out good if the conflict gets out of hand. It would be best to calm the situation after Henry deals with them. Nicholas, you best stop there. Blue Wolf, don't interfere as an outsider. What's going on here this time? After all I did to save her from danger. Hyung. Drat. We should have finished this before that bastard returned. Since it's been confirmed that he's already at the level of a rancor, I can't let him intervene. Huh, it seems there was a misunderstanding. You. What did you do to Mireille? Properly explain what's going on. Storage of the dead dragon has opened. The skull dragon has revealed itself. Henry, you fool. I may have backed off before because of your strange trickery, but I'll repay the past humiliation this time. The spirit of the dead dragon has mixed with magic, increasing the power of the bone blade and bone armor. No. Stop, Henry. Hup. The bone of the skull dragon, which is much tougher than diamond. So, I heard you called my team members trash again. He's gotten much stronger than before. Title. Jigwee's demonic vessel has been applied. Oh no. There's no way he could have gotten this strong in just 3 days since the party. Been hiding these rancor level skills this whole time. Otherwise, the skill monster's keen instinct wouldn't be going off this loudly. Skill monster's Crimson Heart is activated. Since it has come to this, I'll just crush him right here. Even if he's a super rookie, he's still just a young junior. Plus, he's just a mere team leader. I need to make it clear that the Revenant is superior to the White Tiger. Only then can I avoid such disturbances in the future. And humiliate that arrogant Jagal Hyunryung. How are all of Revenant's higher-ups this pathetic? Viper Eye and 100. Bullseye. With these 2 skills, identifying and exploiting weaknesses is simple. How dare you spout such absurdity? Tiger's aura dominates the battlefield. If anyone else dares to challenge me, bring it on. Mr. Lee Changxian, please calm down. You're Ludovico, an executive of the Orlando clan, right? I saw my allies being threatened with my own 2 eyes, and you're telling me to calm down. Then guess I can just beat you all up and then tell you to calm down as well. Isn't that right? If you've got a problem, come at me. If he was able to instantly crush Henri and Nicolas, he's an opponent we definitely cannot handle ourselves. For French players to be overpowered so easily by a rookie from Korea. How humiliating. Iron Mask. Griezmann. He has plenty of combat experience since he's a demonic human. If he joins in, we might stand a chance. But seeing he's not even looking this way. He's staying out of this, huh? Damn it. I'll have to concede for now and place all the blame on Revenant when we get back. I apologize, as a representative of France, I offer my sincere apology. Please, let's end things here. Even Li Changxian will stop fighting since I've apologized so sincerely. I'll think about the aftermath later. I will surely get a chance to avenge this humiliation. End this. With what authority? I haven't even started yet. Clench your teeth. Mr. Li Changxian. Hold on a sec. Ah, I remember now. He has another nickname. The Bloody Ruffian. Qua Ak. Walk. Ak. I knew the hunt might not be easy, but I never imagined it would turn out this way. Divine being, huge sick bug, frowns with displeasure. Each mask takes at least a year to make, and I've already lost several. It's my first time being so humiliated since my fight with the immortal king. Plus that young Asian man. So this is how the target of the assassination must have interfered. I can't just accept the humiliation that the target has given me and abandon the assassination mission. You have equipped the Twisted Goblin Mask. I spent 10 years creating this persona to kill the immortal king, but, to protect the foundation of Tsurnaruka, I must kill that man. Kiak. Kwayak. How about you stop now? I think you've vented enough, and made them pay for their big mouths too. Besides, this isn't the time for more chaos, is it? I'll take the back, you take the front. Thank you for understanding. What's happening? What are you all doing? Tend to the wounded and quickly move to the front car. Are you planning on derailing the train? Damn it. They're here sooner than expected. A group of fire pterodactyls has appeared. A group of fire pterodactyls has appeared. A herd of burnt wild beasts is targeting the desert train. Starving monsters have caught the scent of food. A monster wave has started. Protect the desert train from the threat of monsters. A monster wave's coming. Everyone, move to your positions. Mages cast buffs and melee dealers get on the roof. Hurry. Due to the harsh environment of the desert, the monsters are always starving. For such monsters, the desert train means a source of food. The monsters have gone into a frenzy. What are you all doing? All nearby monsters' overall abilities have increased by more than 10. Whether they starve to death or die while hunting, it's all the same, so they're bound to go berserk. I need to deal with this quickly before we suffer even greater damage. The monster wave has ended. Whoa. Fuck. I almost died in this place without ever having a single boyfriend. You have successfully escaped all the monsters. You have safely passed the first obstacle. Rewards will be given based on your contribution. Top contributor. Li Changxian. Ho ho ho, why are you so tired just from a little running? What's the deal with you youngsters? Back in my day, we could fight for 3 days and nights without a break and be just fine. What? Says the person who sat by and watched the monster wave. Take this. What is this? It's a copy of the cryptic scripture or whatever Mireille had. What? Already. How can I trust that you're not lying? Send it to Korea as it is. Then you'll know, won't you? You're right about that. If it's a lie, we can just tear you apart. So this is how you're using that plan to get rid of these nonsense pursuers, aren't you? By the time I successfully raided Wind Hell, I completed its deciphering and absorbed all the power within it. That one's a fake which I had transcribed by Jean and the household members. It'll take White Tiger at least a few years to decipher the scripture, and there still wouldn't be anything to gain. We're about to arrive at the first middle station. So I can't have any more troublesome baggage following us around. The Levitian. That you'll gain from this. Where exactly was it stored again? Underground at the Boiling Hell Station. At the point where Searcher's main artery begins. And why are you giving this to me now? Don't tell me you're telling me to get lost now that we have what we want. That's exactly what I meant though. Passengers disembarking, please be ready to alight. Take that and get lost. Stop being an eyesore. That's quite irritating to hear. Can you handle what you just said? Ugh. Well, that didn't work. What did you say? Did you just tell us to get lost? You heard me, didn't you? You already struggle talking. Now you can't even hear properly. Arrogant bastard. Divine being, the tiger that has been trapped in hardships, is watching the fight between his household members with interest. I thought I could finally rest. Why is it so damn chaotic? Goliath, demon. Try not to create too much of a ruckus, yeah. Evil warrior. This is our business. Ichem. I don't get what you're on about. I understand that you are interested in that guy. Enough to want to take him in as your disciple. But still, this is our matter. Disciple. That statement could stir up the clan. Well, it's true that I have a lot of interest in that boy. But that is a separate issue. I'm just trying to protect you guys as a fellow elder, from acting up and getting your pride hurt by a kid. What? What are you on about? Can you really not hear me? I said he'll beat you up. Well, I won't stop if you really want to go ahead despite my warning. What? We've been in the world of players for decades. We, the first generation, would lose to a rookie who's only been here for half a year. How long are they going to keep talking about me? You know the rules of the elders, right? Do not tarnish the reputation of White Tiger. Do not let the honor of the elders be trampled upon. As the vice leader of the Council of Elders, I will not tolerate breaking these rules at any cost. The reason for the Council of Elders' existence is the unbreakable claw. Once a claw is broken, it's thrown away, so don't take my words lightly. We have arrived at the first stop, Boiling Hell Station. All passengers disembarking, please watch your step. The train will remain here for 24 hours. Team, let's move out. I hope the two of you are not here when we leave the next time. You bastard. I'll kill you. Don't. Hongak. This is my final warning. If I see you tomorrow, I'll kill you too. Elder Te Hongak. Oh, right, you were here too. I almost forgot. W8. Listen to me. You have entered the Boiling Hell Station. Finally awake. Director, what on earth happened? She's no longer here. Goddess, where on earth is she? Mireille. It was the tyrant's doing. That guy is really strong, I wasn't a match for him either. Henri, there's something we must do. The stone desert is not actually a desert. To be precise, the dungeon itself is Searcher's corpse. The stone desert is just the skin of the dead Searcher. The heat emitting from the cracks in the ground is Surtur's heat emitting from his cracked skin. Then, how do monsters even exist there? Well, he was the king of giants and the ruler of Muspelheim. Although he doesn't compare to me, he had definitely earned his position, so it's not surprising that a few lives would be born there. You could say heading underground in the dungeon is like tearing through Surtur's muscles and flowing through his blood vessels. Then what exactly is Regarin? Or whatever the place is called. That place is an important armory containing Surtur and Muspelheim's treasures. Not to mention, that's where his powers manifest, so there's no way it'd be placed somewhere trivial. The heart. That's where Regarin is. If you follow the blood vessels, you'll find it. Unbelievable. I can't believe this massive dungeon is Surtur's corpse. Even for a giant, his size is ridiculous. So, I have to find Surtur's heart in this huge place within 24 hours. The attribute apocalyptic wind. In the skills stigma. Has awakened. Finally. Human, what exactly are you? I've had my eyes on you ever since I was trapped here. After all, how you deciphered one of the 7 cryptic scriptures of San and how you're related to the pallid star was completely baffling to me, but the most incomprehensible thing was something else. How on earth do you have Lee Taka? Sent. Lee Taka. Why is that name coming up now? Changxian. From now on, you are Cadmos. Old man. Damn it. I don't need a weird-ass name. I told you that already. Wicked rascal, can't you just say thank you? Politely for once. You're going to accept it anyway, so why do you have to ask for a beating? Oh, for God's sake. Alright. Stop rambling so much. You're bleeding so much. Only when I'm about to die do you finally listen. Oh, come on. Why would you die? Remember this, from now on, you are Cadmos. Now you have to take responsibility for her. Please, stop that. If you're so worried, then stay with her yourself. Hey old man. Fuck. If only I had learned healing magic. No, if I had even just learned the runes you taught me, a trivial wound like this wouldn't. Make sure you protect Lee Taka. She may seem full of pride, but she's actually fragile. Nonsense. It's the patron who is supposed to protect the contractor. The patron grants power to the contractor and in return, requests the spread of faith. But instead, he wants the contractor to protect the patron. What the hell kind of patron is that? Lee Taka, the first and last patron I served on Arcadia, the star that the old man passed on to me upon his death. I hate you. It's all your fault that Cadmos is dead. Although we hated and resented each other, Lee Taka, the white silence walking on the wind, became my patron. Having inherited the name Cadmos, I became Lee Taka's apostle. I couldn't ignore the old man's dying wish. Lee Taka and I shared the same goal as well, which kept us together. The goal being to not let the old man's killers live at any cost. Lee Taka was the radiant star and her starlight was the supreme treasure that turned gods and stars into the brightest beings in the universe, known as the Emperor. The old man protected Lee Taka's starlight even while on the verge of collapsing, but the gods and stars coveting it were constantly lurking for an opportunity. Eventually, a war broke out that engulfed all of Arcadia. Through the war, Lee Taka and I grew closer. A love-hate relationship would probably be the right term. But, Cian, I love you. And I'm sorry. It's as if the world decided that I'm not allowed even that happiness and snatched it away from me once again. Divine being, good season to hunt. Tilts her head. Wondering why your gaze suddenly changed. Divine being, the snake that wraps around the world. Is curious about what that strange starlight shell said. Divine being. The tiger that has been trapped in hardships. Frowns, saying something is strange. Divine being, huge sick bug. Licks its lips eyeing the divine aura around you. Thankfully, the voice of tempest-hating daughter didn't reach the gods. Had the void monarch heard the name Litaka, things would get complicated, so this might be for the better. Sigh. How do you know that name? It would be strange not to know her name, she's my mother. But I hate her. Despite giving birth to me, she was ultimately the one who led me to my death. Tempest-hating daughter. So Litaka was the tempest. In her divine name. It was all her fault that I ended up trapped and tormented here even after death, enslaved like this. Even when the divine punishment trial found me guilty, just because I was born as a daughter to the radiant star, mother never came. In the end, my sentence was executed and I woke up imprisoned in the 7 cryptic scriptures of San. Even after, I fought off those who were drawn like moths to the starlight exuding from me. The more I tried to escape the wind hell, the more I resented my mother. 7 cryptic scriptures of San. What exactly is it? I don't know either. When I opened my eyes once again, I was already there. But I do know one thing. It was an impenetrable prison, like a whole world that could never be broken down. Since you carry Litaka's scent, you must have caught on, right? Litaka separated her power that she couldn't handle in the form of avatars, saying they were like her children, calling them daughters. There are 7 of the cryptic scriptures of San. And also 7 of Litaka's daughters. Could it be that the 7 cryptic scriptures of San were all divine sealing tools made to imprison Litaka's 7 daughters? Could it be that the 7 cryptic scriptures of San were all divine sealing tools created to imprison Litaka's 7 daughters? So was Void Monarch secretly collecting the 7 cryptic scriptures of San that are scattered to decipher their secrets and monopolize them? Void Monarch admired my strength during the time I was working for Ziwei Doshu. So he was relentlessly after the 7 cryptic scriptures of San. After concluding that Litaka is the secret behind my powers, he did that to obtain Litaka's starlight inside the 7 cryptic scriptures of San so he could use it to evolve. Void Monarch. That crazy bastard. All this time, if the 7 cryptic scriptures of San are the divine sealing tools that imprisoned Litaka's daughters, and if the countless royal tiger's calamities contained were really part of Litaka's starlight, there's no way I wouldn't have realized it by now. There's more to it than that. Something that I don't know yet. First, I need to finish deciphering the 4th scripture. I must raid the ghoul den and check what's on the final floor at all costs. One of the 5 rulers of the ghoul den, the betraying souls, might be Litaka's daughter. The royal tiger's calamity might even be the bars imprisoning and corrupting Litaka's daughters. It might be related to San. Void Monarch was collecting Litaka's daughters while the other gods and stars of Ziwei Doshu were oblivious, but if Shueyong huge sick bug was trailing Void Monarch's suspicious actions, Shueyong might know exactly what the Void Monarch is after. I need to raid the ghoul den as per the plan and seal Shueyong huge sick bug as well. Then I can interrogate him to find out the exact details. But for that, I need way more power. Although I can already compete with most high rankers right now. L.Vatine, I need to find L.Vatine. Jean, we need to rush the raid of the ghoul den. Void Monarch, I'll rip you into shreds no matter what. Hongak, you idiot. This is why I told you to be careful. I warned you in Skull Demon, why wouldn't you listen? TCH. I hope you make sure to listen to others in the afterlife. Skull Demon, take the paper Changxian gave you and return. But why? Want to disobey me as well? That's not what I meant, we just haven't confirmed if what's written here is real or not. It is real, so don't worry. The evil monarchical warrior, Jagal Hyunryung. The one with the most knowledge and expertise in the Elder Council. If he said it's genuine, then it must be. After all, he was dispatched to France to determine the authenticity of the cryptic scripture. Then I'll go, but what about you? Since it's still a business trip, I'll have to stay here. The cryptic scripture matter is important, so you can't help but hurry up and leave, isn't that right? Alright. Haha. Well then, I'll leave matters here to you. Activating the logout scroll. Humph, idiot. He's blinded by his greed. He won't last long either. Li Changxian. I hope you become the key to breaking the chains that bind us. I'll keep an eye on you. Ugh, it's so hot. They say there's a store, we could get some water there, right? I want ice cream. Nothing beats ice cream in this boiling heat, huff huff. Changxian. Can you turn on the AC, please? I'm hot. The heat is making me sweat. Humph, humph, cut it off or I'll blow you away. Oh. Finally, I can breathe. Divine being, the snake that wraps around the world. Looks displeased at how his great teachings are being used in this manner. Those rascals, they keep glancing at us. Just ignore them. They are not worth looking at. Isn't that it? Shop, my cute Wu Haibin. I'll get you an ice cream. Kakik. It's been a while since I've had human customers. Why is he here? Ah. You there, human girl. Put that down. This is a neutral zone and I'm a pacifist. You have met the store owner Jarapgich. You're smart, hee hee hee. It's not good to get on the store owner's bad side, is it? What do you sell at this store? The store owner, Jarapgich, is presenting the categories to you. Store categories. 1. Items worth 1 to 9 hans. 2. Items worth 10 to 99 hans. 3. Items worth 100 to 999 hans. 9. Items worth over 100 million hans. 10. Others inaccessible. Hond. It must be the currency used here. The system warned that this place uses a different currency. Let's see what's in the first category, yeah. Items worth 1 to 9 hans. Half-drunk bottled water 1 hond, half-chewed almonds 3 hans, unripe apple 2 hans, half-prepared ice cream 9 hans. The descriptions are giving me an icky feeling. Window shopping doesn't cost money, so how about checking the highest category? Ha! Every single item is unbelievable. Forbidden fruit. The one from the Bible. Divine being, good season to hunt. Widens her eyes in astonishment, wondering why those items are there. Divine being, the snake that wraps around the world. Highly suspects that this hobgoblin is a scammer. So, have you decided on anything, human girl? I want an ice cream. Let's see, that'll be 14 hans. But since you're my first customer today, I'll cut you some slack. Just pay me 10 hans. Do you accept any other currency? Kiki. Nope. Do you accept in-kind payments? I have gems, gold bars, and plenty of artifacts. Not interested. Then at least tell me how I can get that currency. Look, girl. If you don't have the money, get lost. Don't be a nuisance in my shop. I want a bamboo spear. Maybe impaling him with it would knock some sense into him. Everything on this list, and the item that kid asked for too. You're a big spender. That'll be 160,010 hans in total. How would you like to pay? Cash is preferred, the administration has been quite strict lately so. I don't have cash. What? I said I don't have money, so put it on credit. What did you just say? Credit. Is that a problem? Do you take me for a fool just because I'm a goblin? You rascal, I'll blacklist you so hard you won't be able to get anything even at other stations. I was going to open Regaran. If you're not interested, then there's nothing I can do. We'll just have to go to the next stop. Haibin, let's go. Wait. Wait. Stop. Are you telling the truth? About what? Is it true you're going to the Giant King's Heart Treasury? If things don't go well when you arrive at the first station and you're forced to move to the second station, there's still something you must not miss. The shopkeepers at each station. You have to win their favor. Why? They are the watchmen. Even after the death of the last king, Surtur, and a long time since Muspelheim's annihilation, they're the descendants of the giants who honor the last king's spirit and await his glory. There's a legend among the watchmen. By opening Rigaran, the ancient giant race's glory can be repeated. In the dungeon that can be considered Surtur's corpse. They guard his tomb, and their aim is to open the heart treasury of the giant king. Located deep underground. Is that possible? Not realistically. Just by existing in that dungeon, it means they're already dead. The souls of the giants have long since gone to the underworld, or been destroyed. Like all beings in dungeons, they're merely repeating actions shaped by lingering remnants of thought. But Rigaran is real, and so is their belief in that legend. If you work up the shopkeeper's desires, it'll be much easier to get what you want. If credit isn't an option, then our business here is done. We'll be on our way. Wait. You're actually going to open Rigaran? Really? Is there a different Rigaran we could be talking about? Are you really going to the giant king's heart treasury? Is that true? Just how? Why would I tell you that? Damn it. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Don't you know the basics of a deal? You asked for credit, didn't you? I need to know whether or not you'll be able to return to make my decision. The legacy of the dead king type. Hidden description. Only a few remain of those who still remember, but the burning giant that brings the doom of the dead star gathered his clan's legacy in one place before he died. The treasury known as Rigaran is located in his heart. The watchmen have long searched for the one who can open the treasury, believing it can revive their lost clan, as stated in the legend. Prove that you are worthy of receiving the mission. Conditions to qualify. Upon failure. 8 rewards. 1. Credit for items. 2. Linked quest The Legacy of the Dead King 2. You heard what he said, right? Come on out, will you? Harold. Please stop calling me at times like this. This place isn't even under my jurisdiction. Is that so? If it's bothering you, go get another admin. I'll do it, okay? I will do it. Of all people, this guy has been classified as a prospective talent. He's one of the top tiers among the prospectives, and despite not having a patron, he is showing remarkable growth at the fastest rate. The Zodiacs are interested in him and reports about him are in such high demand that we can't keep up. Being in charge of Li Changxian has given me significant influence in the administrative bureau, so I can't let him team up with another admin. If the assignment changes, I'll be a dog chasing after chickens. As his position gets better, I have a lot to gain too, so I have to keep following him around. So this guy's a talent guaranteed by the administrative bureau and a tier 3 perspective at that. That's right. Alright. I'll think of it as an investment for now and put it on credit. The miss stays here, but you can come with me. Hyben, ice cream, I'll be away until tomorrow. In the meantime, take as many quests from Jarapgu as possible and earn as many hands as you can. Not only for this dungeon raid, but it will be useful in the future as well. What on earth is he planning? Tasty. What's going on? I've never seen or heard of Jarapgu leaving the shop to guide a player before. Is it a special mission? How do we receive the quest, now that he's gone? Oh. You're right. What if we can't receive quests because Jarapgu is gone for the entire duration the desert train spends at the station? We will be in big trouble. Damn it. What on earth is going on? The fact that Jarapgu is personally guiding a player somewhere means it's a very important hidden quest. If it's a quest of that scale, he won't be able to easily handle it by himself, and that's when we jump in with the excuse of helping him. This dungeon is on French territory. I can't let this foreigner run around as he wants. There's no doubt they found a hidden piece, so should we just follow them? Dungeon Administrator Harold will temporarily take charge of the shop in the boiling hell. Ha! An administrator. What the hell is going on? That rabbit definitely came when Li Changxian called on him. Does that mean he has connections in the administrative bureau too? Administrator Harold quickly scans the area for locations of nearby players. I don't have a grudge against any of you, but I'm already busy enough as is. Being forced to be here is really annoying. Me. As an administrator, I'll try to uphold the principles of neutrality and equality, but being a creature with emotions, I can't help but be swayed by them. You all understand what I'm saying. Right. Even if you warn them, greed often blinds people. What if you add grudges into the equation? As I thought, they're following me on their own. Authority. Path of the demonic beast swiftly monitors the many footsteps targeting you. So many flies. Hm. Don't mind them and keep going. Divine being, the tiger that has been trapped in hardships, snorts at the several flies who don't know their place. Divine being, good season to hunt, wonders why you don't just get rid of them. Divine being, the snake that wraps around the world, says that you must have set another trap for them. There's no need to get rid of them in advance. Once we go down there, they'll be too busy trying to survive anyway. Plus, the murder king of Tsurnaruka will surely try to get back the fifth cryptic scripture, so I'll lure them to Rigaran, where even players, gods, and the stars can't peek, and secretly get rid of them. Here it is. Ha! Every time I come here, it feels like my first time. I can never get used to it. You have discovered Surtur's aorta. You have found a hidden piece. Your achievement points have increased. The intense heat strikes. The energy of death accompanies it. So that's the blood of dead Surtur. The blood of the burning giant that brings the doom. Curse. Heat stroke is bestowed upon you. Curse. Burns is bestowed upon you. Cheat poison strikes. It's truly phenomenal. Although I managed to make it all the way here from the stage, there's no way for me to get closer. I thought if I could reach Surtur's blood vessels, I'd be able to get to the heart where Rigaran is. His divine name is Burning Giant that brings the doom. Anyway. Even though he's been dead for so long, who would have thought his hot blood would still be flowing? The watchmen couldn't get any closer. To reach the heart, they would have to dive into the boiling blood, but they were blocked from getting close. But you're confident I can do it. That's right. Because to someone who harbors both the world-ending flame and Jigui, it'll just feel like heaven. You're the only one who can obtain Levitian effect. First form world-ending flame has activated and is vigorously burning all toxins. Detoxification is complete. The curse has disappeared. Anti-fire pearls. A mystical bead that protects against the adverse effects of fire. Limited use. Type. Tool. Miscellaneous. Durability. 300.300, effect. Poison neutralization. Intense heat immunity. Then I'll be off. Pft. Title. Jigui's demonic vessel has been applied. You have entered Surtur's aorta. The durability of the anti-fire pearls is rapidly decreasing. The immense heat is disorienting you. You are in a dizzy state. You are in a panic state. You are in a state of confusion. Warning. The intense heat is melting the world-ending flame. It is recommended to leave this area quickly. Warning. Your body is under severe strain. Leave this area. Skill. Kalokagathia has compensated for lacking stats. I thought acquiring the apocalyptic wind would make things easier, but that's not the case at all. It's practically impossible to swim across to the heart in this condition. If I can't resist it, I'll simply absorb it. Authority. Soul extortion has activated, and is attempting to absorb the remaining thoughts from the dead body. Failed. The rank of the dead soul is too high. Failed. The rank of the dead soul is too high. Authority. Soul extortion is targeting only the necessary thoughts. Success. Beginning extraction of the thoughts of the burning giant that brings the doom. Effect. First form world-ending flame is absorbing the surrounding heat. Absorbing the giant's blood. Alright. I know I have to get to where Regaran is. But doesn't Levitian choose its master? How do I prove my qualifications? They say only a giant can pull it out. You just need to meet the requirements. What do you think a giant is? You might know them as very aggressive beings who worship battle and have a high desire for conquest, enough to overtake numerous civilizations. They are also considered a transcendent species, but their numbers are extremely small, so most of their tales weren't passed down properly. That's right, the war in Muspelheim was much bigger than the stories convey. They're a kind of spirit. The world of Muspelheim was formed over eons through the primordial flame that appeared when the universe was created. Countless wills born there took on identities over time and became spirits that formed the giant race. Giants, unlike mortals who evolve from single cells to possess intelligence, are born with a will directly from the world. Thus, giants are essentially pieces of Muspelheim. Their characteristics reflect the eternally burning nature of Muspelheim. As spirits, they have excellent reasoning and judgment, but they can never escape the will of Muspelheim. That's why giants were capable of possessing absolute power greater than anyone else. The giants have a massive form simply because that form is suitable for battle, not because it's necessary. So wouldn't it be okay if you became a giant yourself? Even if you acquire the true traits of a giant, it won't cause any significant changes or hinder you from gathering myths. In fact, it'd allow you to create a unique myth that no one else could achieve. Giants are transcendent beings. To become a giant with a human body, you need to gradually accept the giant's genes with a strong body like reinforced bone, step by step. Like slowly shedding into a new form. Every time you shed your skin, your body will become exceptionally superior and your soul's rank will increase significantly. You have acquired the traits of a giant. Mutation begins. Straight transformation has begun. Transformation progress. 1, 2, 3. 9, 10. I'll consume large amounts of Surtur's blood and thoughts using the authority. Soul extortion. New elements have been added to Jigwee's world-ending flame. The level of authority. Soul extortion. Has increased. Divine being, good season to hunt, stomps her feet while watching you in agony. Divine being, the primordial evil dragon, clicks her tongue, warning that you are attempting to harness an uncontrollable power. Divine being, good season to hunt, asks her mother while startled, what on earth you are trying to do. Divine being, the primordial evil dragon, annoyed, refuses to answer her immature daughters. Question. Divine being, good season to hunt, throws a fit, asking why she's acting like that. Divine being, the snake that wraps around the world, realizing your true aim, chuckles belatedly. Divine being, good season to hunt, asks what on earth are you doing? Divine being, the snake that wraps around the world, snorts, telling her to go ask someone else out of annoyance. Divine being, good season to hunt, is enraged. Divine being, Taurus, is watching you closely. Divine being, huge sick bug, curses your actions as madness, but can't look away. Divine being, the tiger that has been trapped in hardship's void monarch, laughs heartily, claiming you as his household member. Divine being, good season to hunt, bursts out in frustration, asking why everyone knows what this is except for her. Jigwee's world-ending flame has evolved into Giant's world-ending flame. Jigwee's apocalyptic wind has evolved into Giant's apocalyptic wind. Transformation progress. 24.31. You have acquired the traits of a giant. You have acquired an aggressive temperament. You have acquired combat talent. Transformation progress. 39, 40, 41.59. Jigwee's demonic vessel and reinforced bone were merely stepping stones for getting Surtur's power. The real action starts now. Resonance is occurring. You're beginning to sense Surtra's body. I feel like it's growing bigger and bigger. This world around me is constantly changing. I can now sense even the most intricate corners of this world that I couldn't feel before. Rigaran's entrance. Activating the skill. Viper Eye to search for the desired target. There it is. You are in a state of overload. Ugh. Damn it, I need more power. The mutation is happening much slower than I expected. The transformation speed is extremely slow. Transformation progress. 71, 72. The spirit body is barely forming. If I keep forcing through, I might even be torn apart. At this rate, not only will I fail to open Rigaran, but my transformation to a race beyond humanity through shedding will fail as well. I had calculated the time needed for gigantification with Thanatos. But even with Sans 7 cryptic scriptures and pitch black darkness, my skin isn't growing any faster. I didn't expect I'd need even more power for gigantification. I'll reap great benefits after I complete shedding, but its rate is too slow. HP 2 451.5 111. MP 2 975.9 500. Warning. Stamina has fallen below 50. Mana has fallen below 30. I can't say I can handle all this with the energy I currently have. Warning. The rate of stamina and mana loss is too high. It is recommended you leave the area. Arg. The pain keeps getting worse. If this continues, I might be in real danger. Mutation has stopped. The outer skin has started warping. Cadmos. I'm overloaded because I'm shedding too much skin at once. In that case, if I use pitch black darkness to split the shedding into 2 stages, I might succeed in the mutation. All or nothing, I'm betting my life on this gamble. The test Mephistopheles gave me, Flame Heart. If I can complete this heart that allows for unlimited generation of pitch black darkness, it will increase my stamina. If I add in pitch black darkness as an attribute to the giant's traits, failing means death, but if I survive, I might be able to complete the body that would have normally taken trips to 3 different dungeons right here and now. Instead of the plan to use Flame Heart simply as a support to supply pitch black darkness to power the mana accumulation circuit, I'll use the Flame Heart instead of my actual heart. And use it as the core. I'll also replace all the blood in my body with Surtra's blood and direct it all to the Flame Heart. I'll also need to rearrange the mana accumulation circuit around the Flame Heart. If I succeed, I'll fully master Surtra's traits, making the giant's blood the source of my physical and magical power. And even gain the pitch black darkness as an attribute. Is this man really just an ordinary human? Even if he decoded a part of Sans 7 cryptic scriptures or borrowed Mephistopheles' power, how can a mere human become a giant? Many mortals transcended their innate limits through their own talent or achievements, but most of them aimed to become deities. No one wanted to become a giant. He's filled with the sole desire to become the flame of Muspelheim and Surtra himself. He seems to be acting for some grand plan, but he's defying all logic. This man is dangerous. It's madness. Burning madness to succeed in whatever goal he sets his sights on. A man who'd give it all up without a blink if he could just achieve his goal. Even if it meant losing everything in the process. He's like my mother. He reminds me of my mother. If I become useless one day, this man will definitely get rid of me. I must escape. I must escape and return to my household member, Mireille. Threads of the Wind. I hope you find this. The mutation is rapidly accelerating. The Flame Heart has started moving. Pitch black darkness is being supplied. Mana circulation speed is increasing. You have reached the limit. The first stage of the shedding is occurring. Flame Heart has now become the core of the mana accumulation circuit. You have undergone structural metamorphosis. I successfully became a giant. With the completion of the flame heart, the brutal heart has also been created. You have fully earned the right to become Mephistopheles' disciple. Pitch black darkness has now been integrated into my mana. This alone is a tremendous change, but it's still not enough. For complete stability, the second stage of shedding is necessary. I'll keep pushing through with the momentum from the first attempt. Household member, Cadmos is cheering for you, strengthening the skill. Bloody Haze. Bloody Haze curses the enemies but blesses allies. The second mutation has been completed. You have achieved skin metamorphosis. The first shedding bone metamorphosis, second shedding skin metamorphosis. This is rebirth. With this, I've now reached an entirely new realm. You have acquired the divinity of the burning giant that brings the doom. The third divine element has been added to the skill. Stigma. Added element. Hellfire. You have discovered Regarin, the treasure vault of the perished world Muspelheim. You must be qualified to enter Regarin. Scanning you for qualifications. You are deemed qualified to enter. Do you wish to enter? Yes. Entering Regarin. Answer me. Are you the new successor of our deceased king? You have entered the hidden dungeon, Regarin. Such an overwhelming presence. I never thought I'd see all of Muspelheim's shadows here. Cosmic beings that transcend civilizations and planets, covering entire galaxies. Even at my peak, I can't be sure I could guarantee victory against such might. I'll ask you one more time, are you the successor of our deceased king? You have the soul of a human, yet you carry a strong scent of the deceased king. That is the reason I allowed you here. Who in the world are you? Muspelheim is known to no longer have stars or gods, yet a fire giant appears here. He must be worried. A fragment of a world that has already met its doom. No matter how much they struggle. In the end, they are beings that are useless without a soul. Even though the stars and gods despise them more than mortals, their aura is incredibly strong. Is this truly a world that has met its doom? Regarin is Surtur's heart. It's also the will of the fire giants that remained after the doom. So, it's obvious that the qualification test to obtain L.Vatin will be extremely tough. He said one wrong answer could get me trampled by those giants, right? My name is Li Changxian. Title. Jigwee's demonic vessel. Has been applied, causing a firestorm. L.Vatin is not just a sacred item, but the legacy of the fire giants of Muspelheim. Originally, sacred items with deep origins often present trials to discern their rightful owner. I'm a seeker of L.Vatin who is here to challenge you. So I'm fully prepared. Knowing that it won't be easy, you surely know how to talk. Let's see if you're capable of backing up those words. Everyone, clear the way. At the end of this path lies our fortress. Pass through entirely and return. If you can indeed bring L.Vatin as you say, we will acknowledge you as one of us, a brother by blood, the successor of the king. To get L.Vatin, I must first be acknowledged by the shadows of Muspelheim, and prove I'm qualified to be the king. You really came. Usually, just passing through that space would terrify most people. The guy who came before you was the same. Has someone made it through Surtur's veins before? How on earth did they do it? Did someone come here before me? Yes, I think they are nearing the 30th fortress by now. Even with thorough preparation, the heat of Surtur's blood made it very difficult. To think another traveler arrived here besides me. Was it some powerful figure that entered the dungeon along with me? Or it could be a player from another civilization who passed through a different gate. I can't let some nobody snatch my chance to conquer Regarin. I have to catch up with him as quickly as possible. You know how the challenge works, right? There are 36 gates in total, with stronger warriors positioned the further you go. Of course, since you have no chance of defeating our warriors, we'll all be fighting under suitably disadvantageous conditions, so don't worry. Disadvantageous conditions, huh? He's looking down on me. But there's no reason for me to refuse.